Today we are talking about parabolas. We are on day 2 of parabolas. So today I will give you just pieces of information, and then your job is to come up with the standard form equation. So I have here a vertical parabola. That means it opens up or down. That also means that since it opens up or down, x squared comes first. Okay? And this 4p is what we're going to focus on a lot today. 4p is going to be the number after the equal sign. Okay? So that's, we learned this last week. My horizontal opens leftward, and remember this one's going to be a negative, or it opens right, and then the downward one is the negative. Just in case you need that reference. Parabolas go on forever and ever. Okay. Y squared comes first. And with the y is my k. So it's not just always h comma k. If the y squared comes first, there's going to be a k next to the y, x minus h. This here is the formula to find focus. But we are just going to count because I'm going to have you draw a lot of sketches today. But in case you needed a formula, in case you, for some reason, feel like you don't want to make sketches, you could do this. But again, here we go. Oh, P, remember, P is the absolute value of P, is how far away I've got my vertex from my focus. So this P right here would be 1, 2 spaces. And then there's 2 spaces in the other direction. And that gives you your directrix. Remember that? That's a little recap from Friday. All right. You got this down? Now I'm going to do number 1. Okay, here we go. Here's my steps. So I'm going to write down my vertex. Then I'm going to find P by counting. I need to figure out, based on where my focus is, well, you look at it, but is my graph upward, downward, left, right? Remember, this is the negative. This is negative. Use the 4p. Plug in P, because I need to figure out what's the number after the equal sign. This is the number after equal sign. Okay. The format for notes is going to be that I'm going to do all of the odds today in class, and you're going to do the evens. Okay? I'm going to do all the odds, you're going to do all the evens. Evens are homework. Okay. Here we go. My vertex. There's zeros. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 0, 5, right? And then what's P? So I count. Or I could use a formula, this formula, and say whatever H is, that would be 0 plus or minus P comma K. This would be the ordered pair for my foci if I needed that. Luckily, I'm given this foci already, but it's 2 away. So my P is 2. Number 3, is it up, down, left, or right? Well, obviously it's upward. Step 4, use 4P, because remember that's the number right after the equal sign. But this case, P is 2. So since P is 2, that's an 8. The number after my equal sign is going to be 8. Okay, someone in class. How do I know whether I should use this formula or this formula? Which one should I choose? And how do you know? So it's like a two-parter. Do you, Joshua?
It's going to be, we use the vertical parabola.
Yeah. My parabola looks like it's vertical. The sketch is vertical. It's upward. It's positive 8. So here we go. X minus 0. I'm not even, why? I'm not going to do minus 0. X squared is good. Y goes in the parentheses, but my 4P, 8. So this number, and then the 5 is going to be my Y, opposite sign. My K is 5, but my formula has the minus K, so I have to write -5. And you're done with number 1. Okay, I'm going to do 3. Any questions on number 1? Are you guys all finished with number 1? You guys obviously get priority. Done. Okay, I'll have to scroll down again. So, ooh, it opens to the right. Just write down the vertex. Oh. -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, comma 1. That's my H and my K. Now I need to find my P. P means how far away from my vertex is my directrix, or how far away from my vertex is my focus. I'm given the directrix. This is 1 away. P equals 1. I should plot my focus just so you guys are clear on how to do that. The focus is always inside the curve, right? It's the same distance. Directrix to vertex, vertex to focus. If it's 1 in one direction, it's 1 in the other direction. That's my focus right there. So I wrote down my vertex, find P, I did. Oh, it's opening to the right, which means what formula am I going to prep myself with? So I put an X squared or Y squared. Oh, let me go back and forth. Someone on Zoom, what is it? If it's opening to the right.
Y minus 1.
Y, yep. And it's the K. I haven't found the number in after the equal sign yet. I have to say it's 4p. P is 1. The number after my equal sign is 4. X, oh, -6. I don't write -6. Opposite sign for K. +6. Okay, moving on to a new topic. I'm still gonna make a little sketch. People on Zoom, if you have a question, you have to speak up because I can't see you. If you raise your hand virtually, I have no way of knowing. Okay. My vertex is 0, 0. And my focus is 0, 4. The focus is always inside the curve. And since the focus is inside the curve, I know that it's going to look like this. I don't care about my directrix right now. I do care about P. How far is it from my vertex to my focus? How many spaces? You already helped. So new, like everyone in here is gonna volunteer because there's 8 of you. So, yeah. 4 away. That means that my P equals 4. Okay, write down the vertex. Got it. Find P. Got it. Oh, up, down, left, right. Since the focus is inside the curve, upward. Use 4P. 4 times 4. Very good. This 16 is going to be the number that is oh, shoot. My vertex is 0, 0. I don't need parentheses when it's 0, 0. But it's upward. Is that x squared or is that y squared? Yeah, Esther. X squared. The 16 I got from my 4P, and it's just a y, not a y squared, just a y. Okay, moving on. Things okay? You guys would definitely say something, right? If you had a question.
Why is it 16 6, 16
Because the vertex is 0, 0. You're just say the focus. I know it's confusing because they're both so close. They're both so close. All right. Same thing as before. I have to plot this. -7. You guys have lots of space in the margin, right? I really think that you need to make quadrant 2 really big. So look at how I aligned my axes. I was planning ahead because I knew that in quadrant 2, I'd have to have lots of space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1. I'm going to put HK because it is HK. -7, +1. I don't know how this opens yet, but I'm gonna plot my foci, -7, and then only up 3/4. Oh. Okay. P is the distance from 1 to 3/4. How far away is that? 1 minus 3/4. Yeah, all right.
1/4.
1/4. Now, if the focus is inside the curve and the focus is below my vertex, how is this going to open? Someone on Zoom. Up, down, left, right. On Zoom, how is my parabola going to open?
Down.
Downward, thank you, because the focus is inside the curve. Which means, first of all, I know that it's going to be negative, but also from my vertex, I went down 1/4. My P is going to be -1/4. The negative sign gives me the indication that it either opens left or down. So from my vertex, I had to go down to get to my foci. That's why it's -1/4. Now I have to do my 4P. 4P. 4 times -1/4. So this is the number that goes after the equal sign. Is this an x squared in front? Is this a y squared in front? What is it?
X squared.
X, yep, and it's gonna be, oh, I should go lower. -1. HK. H is -7, however, I do x minus -7. Anyways, x plus 7, y. This will stay a -1 because it is a opposite sign. Okay, my steps are good. Making a little sketch is so important. 0, 0, ooh, I'm given the directrix. Questions so far?
Mr. Gann, can you explain again why the 4P was equal to 1 in this scenario?
Okay, since it was, did you understand that from 1 to 3/4 was 1/4, a quarter?
Yes.
So it was negative because I went downward to get to my focus and because I knew that my parabola was opening downward. So 2 ways to figure that out. Okay, 4P, but I know P, so it's 4 times -1/4. Well, if you want to do that math, it's like 4 times -1/4, 4 over 1, just like multiplying fractions. Okay, -4 over +4, reduce that, simplifies to -1. That's how I got the -1.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, I have a directrix, 8. Okay, you need to make quadrant 1 and 2 on top, very spacious. And maybe you want to make your lines close together. So my directrix is drawn, my vertex is drawn. Focus. I need my focus because if I don't have my focus, I don't know where the curve It's gonna be located. Do you recall that when the directrix is behind the vertex, the focus is inside the curve and they're the same distance apart? We talked about it today, we talked about it Friday. They're the same distance apart. So if this is 8 spaces for me to go to my directrix, the focus is going to be 8, and hey, I'm going downward, aren't I? Which means I need to factor in this down negative 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And there's no reason why I can't make this bigger, sorry. So my curve is going to look like this. But since I went downward and my parabola is facing downward, my P is going to be -8. My P is -8. Now I do, what's the number after the equal sign? That's the 4P. Plug in P. It's gonna be a big number. So my 4P is worth -32. This is the number that's going to be plugged into. Oh, is it x squared first or y squared first? X squared first or y squared first?
X squared.
Good, because it's opening downward. HK. Oh, 0, 0. X squared equals -32y. I have 2 more to do. 11 and 13. Do you think this is easy or medium or hard? What? You guys can tell me out loud. All right. Okay. Okay. So, my vertex and directrix again. 7, 4, this will be in quadrant 1. So I'm actually going to make my focus, I'm sorry, I'm going to pay attention to quadrant 1. And I made it larger. I don't care about quadrant 2 or 3 or 4. 7, 4. Again, I can go larger because you guys are watching from home. Ooh, my directrix, 3 halves, 1.5. X equals, that's a vertical line. Up and down at 1.5. count spaces. This is my P, from 1.5 to 7. $7 minus 1.5. $7 minus $1.50. Everything can be related to money. What's the difference, please?
Five and a half.
Five,
Five and a half.
5.5. That's my P, that's my distance. So this is 5.5 away from here, which means my focus, you know what? I don't care about my focus at all. I do know that my focus is going to be over here somewhere, whatever, which means my parabola opens up like this, right? So the focus is always inside the curve. The focus tells me the direction of my parabola. So now I'm going to do my 4P thing. 5.5, 11, 6.5, 22. It opens to the right, so it's positive. It's not an 8, it's positive. This 22 is the number that's going to go right. Woo! Opens to the right. I finally get to do one that's in a y squared. Y HK. But Y leads. Y goes with K. Y is K. Y is K. The 4 goes with the Y because it's a K. So the -4 goes in the first parentheses. The 7 stays with the X. The K, the H stays with the X. Good. Okay. Life is good. 3-0. Okay. Focus. Oh, I don't know my vertex. I don't know my vertex. It's fine. I can figure it out. Directrix line, x equals -3. Vertex is halfway between my vertex and my focus and directrix. So I literally am counting. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces total. Half of 6. That means my vertex is what ordered pair is my vertex? Someone in class? What's the ordered pair of my vertex? Someone new in class? Yes, sir.
0, 0.
0, 0. This knowing where my vertex is and where my focus is tells me how my parabola opens. Since my focus is inside the curve, like that. Oh, well, It's gonna have a y squared in front. There is no HK. Oh, I don't know my P. Just by counting. The P is 3. 4P means 4 times 3 means 4 times 3 is 12. 12 is the number after my equal sign. And, oh yeah, there's no vertex, so it's just F, no parentheses. Okay. You're going to do the evens for homework. I can stop recording. Any final questions? I can answer.